Hey Scorpio, we're going to talk about love. While I'm shuffling the cards, I want to get you caught up on a couple things I've added for 2020, and I'll be adding things throughout the year. But on Tuesday nights, we'll be interviewing other influencers. The last couple weeks, this past Tuesday night, we interviewed Kyle Butler, who's a former apostolic pastor. And the week before that, we interviewed Maxine Taylor, who's an astrologer of over 50 years. Both great interviews. If you missed them, go back and check out the replays. Also coming up this week, we'll be talking to Kelly from Good News here on YouTube. And he has a YouTube channel called Good News. And he digs into the scriptures and he finds the deeper meanings. He goes to the origin of the words and the culture of the day and all that stuff. And he pulls out deeper spiritual messages. So really interesting stuff. I like it anyway, and I know not everybody's going to be interested in it, but I know a lot of you are. So we're going to be doing that. And coming up in the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking to Carrie Viviano and about pranic healing, and then we'll be talking to Brian Smith, who has a YouTube channel called Grief to Growth, and that's grief, the number 2, and growth. And he's passing on some healing energy from that channel. It's beautiful. Okay, so don't forget Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, round table. If you'd like to participate, email me so I can put your name in the pot. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our Scorpio friends, and I thank you for love. And thank you for tarot as a tool. Show us clearly with this oracle card, with this oracle message, what is the overarching message as it relates to love for Scorpio? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Coming apart. Somebody else got this card. Okay, in the love readings. And I can't remember who it was. I apologize for that. But we're going to see what it says so that we can see how it's going to apply to your readings too as we go through them. Now's the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what's no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Or perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is the perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that's not mutually beneficial? Separation, disillusion, and dispersion are all in focus right now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will be not worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. Okay, so just listening to that, just like that, it kind of sounds like, ugh, what a depressing reading. But not necessarily, because the last one wasn't. The one that card came out in before was not depressing at all. So let's see what's going on. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for our Scorpio friends. Show us clearly as it relates to love. For our single Scorpios, what is the energy they're going to be navigating around love? For our Scorpio friends who are dating, what is their energy? And for our Scorpio friends who are in committed relationships, show me clearly what is the energy they'll be walking in. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us these energies. Singles, temptation. If you're dating, wisdom. And if you are in a committed relationship, we have solitude. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. These are all 3 major arcana. So I feel like the energies around my Scorpio friends as it relates to relationships, it's not just everyday energy. This is stuff that's going to be a game changer for you in the way that you show up in relationships as time moves on. So that was the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. It's actually an oracle deck, but it's called John Holland Psychic Tarot. And I'm going to be clarifying it with the Arcanum Tarot. So God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our Scorpio friends. Thank you for showing us the energies, especially like this when the energies really matter. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Clarify for us, why are our single Scorpio friends getting the energy of temptation? Why are our Scorpio friends who are dating getting wisdom? And why are our committed Scorpio friends getting solitude? Okay, so for our single friends, temptation is being clarified with the Queen of Cups and with Three of Swords. And for our friends who are dating, wisdom is being clarified with the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands. And with our committed Scorpio friends, we're getting the Five of Cups and the Hermit, which is the same card as Solitude. Okay, so let's see what's going on. With the, my elbow just fell right off of there. With the Temptation card, this is the same card, obviously, as the Devil. And all this red in here, I feel like basically what it's saying is, you could be fighting with yourself right now about what it is that you want. Perhaps you're trying to decide, and it's not, and I say that like it's a big deal, but it's not really a big deal, except that it's going to change the way you show up in relationships, because this is a major arcana. So the Devil card for me is about the earthly challenges that we face. And inside relationships, sometimes we can face challenges that that basically the challenge is that it goes against what we thought was the way things were supposed to be. That could be, if it's a traditional relationship, husband works, wife doesn't, and maybe it's like in this case, the wife makes more money and the husband. It's not, you're single, but maybe it's been that kind of thing where the last relationship you had, they wanted you to work and they wanted to stay home, or vice versa, or you were from different religions, or you're different colors, or it's a same sex kind of relationship. It's something like that, where whatever it was in the last relationship you had, something pushed you against what you believed was the way relationships were supposed to be. So you made a decision and you got out of the relationship, and you have been working on this right here, this self-love, right? Trying to decide what is it that works for you. How does it best serve you to move forward in relationships? I'm also feeling like this right here could be the energy of the other person that you have been in relationships with. Maybe that they had addictions, or they were abusive in some way, or something like that. But you ended that, and you're home now, or home. I say you're independent now, and you're standing in your own power, and you're finding yourself again. You're learning this unconditional love. You're becoming who you are, Scorpio. This is a water sign, right? You're becoming who you are and true to who you are. And they're saying this right here, this Three of Swords. Perhaps it was an affair or whatever. It's a general reading, so it could be a lot of things. But you find yourself single, and you're doing this work right here. And I feel like what they're saying is that this hurt is going to have to be released to truly walk in the fullness of who you are. That this hurt that you still seem to be hanging on to for whatever reason is not going to serve you moving forward. It's going to keep you in that energy. I used to tell, if a friend would say, well, they treated me so badly, I used to say, it's a reflection of who they are, not who you are. And I feel like in this case, sometimes it's a reflection of things that we need to work on, like, are we going to allow people to treat us that way? But the other thing is, in this case, it's like this doesn't serve you, and it's not a reflection of who you are, it's who they were. But when you hang on to it, they remain in control, or that energy remains in control of who you are, and you never fully step into who you truly are. So I feel like they're saying this is time to release this. This is your advice card to release this hurt. Let it out of your life because it does not serve you at all. This coming apart was a good thing for you because it's going to allow you to walk into this energy right here. So if you're dating, I think this is kind of cool because they're saying you have some wisdom, right? The 5 is about change. Yeah. So you're showing up already different than you've ever showed up in a relationship before. And the 5 is the same as the Hierophant card, which is about tradition. Again, there's that, about the way things used to be, the way things used to work, the things that used to hold you captive and all that stuff. But I feel like, Scorpio, you have done some really deep work, and you've walked into a different way of not only seeing yourself, but a different way of presenting yourself in relationships. But I feel like you have a little temptation here because there's this 6 of Cups. I feel like somebody from your past is coming into this dating pool. You're not in a committed relationship. You're just kind of out there dating. Somebody from your past has recently shown up, and we're getting the Page of Wands, right? This is the young energy, the young passionate energy, and he could trip you up. And I feel like they're saying, rely on what you know is true to you. And I'm going to say this, I said it in one of the earlier readings today. Don't allow yourself to become small to match them. Stay in the energy that works for you. I feel like it could be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's somebody younger. It is definitely somebody younger. Now, if or younger energy, they might not be younger, but they might just have a younger energy about them, or more immature energy about them. But I feel like it's somebody you've already been around this. You've already done this with, okay, in some way or another. And for some of you, again, this is a very general reading. So for some of you, this could be somebody that's coming in that is going to work out for you, but you need to rely on your wisdom before you move forward. Okay. Because you came apart for a reason before. Okay. Those who are in committed coupled relationships, right? You're getting solitude. So I feel like what they're saying is be checking in with yourself. There's some kind of hurt that has happened within the relationship that has caused you to grieve a little bit, right? These 3 cups right here are turned over. But I feel like this is saying that this is your person. And perhaps they're asking you to come apart from, and the reason I'm saying this is because this is coming apart, right? It's talking about dissolving things or walking away from things that don't work. And whenever I'm looking at this right here, I'm seeing his focus is on the hurt and not on the soulmate, not on the relationship itself. It's on some different things that have been hurtful, okay? And so whenever it talks about coming apart, I feel like it's wanting to come apart from what the focus is. This is the focus right here. So they're saying come apart from that. Kind of like this energy. Let go of those hurtful things that hurt you in the past. Let go of what didn't work out. Go back into yourself. Find your light. Approach it from your heart. Approach it from the heart center. Am I saying stay with them if they're abusive and they're cheating on you and all that other stuff? Nope, this is not your reading. I'm talking to somebody who has had some things happen that have caused them to start looking at the wrong things, focusing on the wrong things within the relationship. And I feel like Spirit's saying, back up and go back within yourself and find that part of you again and reconnect with these two cups that you're ignoring, this love, this soulmate connection that you have lost sight of. You have completely lost sight of it because you're focusing on some things that are not relevant to this relationship. Okay, again, if you're saying, but he cheated on me and he's cheated on me 5 or 6 times, this is not you're not who I'm talking to. You're not who I'm talking to. Somebody is focusing on some things that do not need to be focused on, and Spirit's asking them to go back in, reconnect with their center, find your light again, and lead from this heart space and not this hurt space. I talk a lot about detaching from emotions, right? I think that's what that's about. Detach from those emotions because it's taking your focus off of those. I'm going right, pointing to those 2 cups back there. It's taking your focus off of these 2 cups. Okay. Very interesting reading. So you need to come apart from that. Okay. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for this reading for Scorpio. I thank you for tarot as a tool. And I thank you for showing us whenever we can tend to get off track sometimes. Show me clearly, what is the PS for Scorpio? I thank you for love, light, and prosperity. I thank you for clear and concise messages. And I thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. And I thank you guys, all you subscribers, y'all who comment and ring that bell, hit that like button, all that stuff, personal readings, donations. You guys rock my world. And thank you so much. And the ones who pass by and don't subscribe, if you hit the like button or comment and just keep on going, I love you too. I mean, all of you. Y'all make a difference in my world, and thank you. Okay. Guys, we have lots of options when it comes to what we do with our emotions, right? Again, you're hanging on to some hurt. If you're single, they're telling me you're hanging on to some hurt. This is who you want to be. You want to walk in your fullness, but you've got something that you're hanging on to, and it's your choice to let it go or not. In the center of, nope, this isn't the one. It's hard to. Sometimes the 7 of Cups is about fear. We're fearful of what we want to let go of. But whenever we let go of those things that don't serve us and we choose to focus on those things that do serve us and do benefit us, that's when we move forward in an emotionally healthy way. Look, all of you guys, this is the 9 of Wands, right? This is the same as the wounded warrior. And look, he looks like he's been hurt, but he's grabbed onto something. Grab onto that passion for yourself and take the lessons from those past experiences and leverage them to move you forward in a positive way. Again, let go of those things that aren't serving you and move forward from a heart space, from the core of who you are in a positive direction for yourself. It's all good. Look, it's all good. This is the sun. This is victory. This is a new feeling of the way that you're going to show up. And I tell you what, if you're single and you're hanging on to this hurt, it doesn't feel good right now. And you probably want to spit in my face because I'm saying it's all good, right? It is all good. This coming apart card, remember it said sometimes coming apart, when you leave it alone, it brings you good fortune. There's your good fortune. When you leave it alone and you let it go out of your life. Just don't chase it. Don't try to make it right, and don't hang on to the hurt because it doesn't serve you. And then it's going to be all good, and you're going to feel the sun shining on your face again one day, and you're going to feel like you're walking in the right direction in your life again. You're going to feel that young energy. This is like a little bitty young baby on a horse. You're going to feel that young, excited, expectant energy again. So Scorpio, that's your reading. Thank you so much for stopping in. I can't wait to see you again. And until next time, go out and have a super duper day. Bye.